The city was drenched in the golden hues of the setting sun as Peter Parker, also known as Spider-Man, swung through the skyscrapers of New York. It had been a long day for him, balancing his responsibilities as a college student and as a superhero. But even in the face of exhaustion, his commitment to protecting the city remained unwavering. As he swung into his modest apartment, Peter tossed his backpack onto the couch and let out a tired sigh. The weight of his double life often pressed heavily on his shoulders. He removed his mask, revealing a face that bore the marks of both victory and hardship. His blue eyes reflected a profound determination. The city's crime rate had skyrocketed in recent months. A consequence of new, more dangerous criminal organizations emerging. Spider-Man had been tirelessly working to dismantle their operations, but they seemed to multiply like weeds in the cracks of the concrete jungle. Peter knew that he needed to find a way to stem the tide of crime and restore peace to his beloved city. The next day, as Peter sat in his college lecture, his mind wandered. He doodled sketches of potential crime-fighting gadgets, his thoughts consumed by the ongoing struggle. His mind kept circling back to one idea, an upgrade to his web shooters that would give him an edge against the increasingly formidable criminals. Unable to shake off his musings, Peter excused himself from the class and rushed to his laboratory hidden beneath his apartment. He tinkered with his web shooters, trying various modifications and enhancements. Hours turned into days as Peter worked tirelessly, fueled by a mix of determination and scientific curiosity. Finally, after several sleepless nights and countless failed attempts, Peter held in his hands a new and improved web shooter. The device was smaller, more lightweight, and featured a wider range of web configurations. Excitement surged through his veins as he realized the potential of this breakthrough. Eager to test his creation, Peter donned his Spider-Man suit and swung into action. The new web shooter performed flawlessly, allowing him to incapacitate criminals with unprecedented precision and efficiency. He felt invigorated, as if he had unlocked a whole new level of power, but as the days went by, Spider-Man began to notice something troubling. The criminals he apprehended seemed to be operating with an unnerving level of organization. Their tactics grew bolder, and their plans more intricate. It was as if they had access to information that gave them an unfair advantage. Curiosity gnawed at Peter, urging him to dig deeper into the criminal underworld. Using his enhanced web shooters, he tracked down low-level thugs and gathered information, piecing together a puzzle that grew more complex with every revelation. His investigation led him to a hidden meeting of criminal masterminds. Concealed atop a towering building, Spider-Man watched from the shadows as the criminals unveiled their grand plan, a scheme to unleash chaos upon the city and seize control of its underworld. Determined to put an end to their wicked plot, Spider-Man swung into action. He infiltrated their hideouts, dismantled their operations, and left the criminals bound in webbing for the police to apprehend. But despite his efforts, it felt like an endless game of cat and mouse, with the criminals always managing to slip through his grasp. Peter's dual life began to take its toll. The late nights and constant danger strained his relationships with his friends, including Mary Jane Watson, the love of his life. The distance between them grew, and his absence at important moments created a growing rift. As the stakes escalated, Spider-Man found himself facing an enemy unlike any he had encountered before, an enigmatic figure who called himself the Puppeteer. This new foe possessed an uncanny ability to manipulate others, bending them to his will. The Puppeteer's control over the criminal organizations explained their newfound coordination and increased threat level. Spider-Man knew that defeating the Puppeteer was crucial to restoring peace to the city. But as he delved deeper into the mystery, he found himself caught in a web of intrigue that stretched far beyond his initial expectations. The Puppeteer had ties to powerful figures in the city, and it seemed as if no one could be trusted. With each encounter, Spider-Man grew more determined. He sought allies among the police force and other vigilantes, forming an unlikely alliance with fellow heroes like Daredevil and Iron Fist. Together, they pieced together the truth behind the Puppeteer's plan, a bid for absolute control over New York City, with the criminal underworld as his puppets. The final showdown between Spider-Man and the Puppeteer took place on a stormy night atop a towering skyscraper. Lightning illuminated the sky as the two clashed, their powers and wits tested to the limit.